Most of us have gone through heartbreak before, but I think the difference is that most of us didn't have the internet turning the whole thing into entertainment. And that's the part of why I think the Megan Thee Stallion thing stands out to me because behind the jokes, the memes, and the whole gender war thing, it's still a real person that's dealing with this whole thing in public. And I think that's what matters. Because heartbreak is already painful enough by itself if you've been through it. But it can hit even harder when like grief and loneliness and loss are already kind of sitting in the room if you know her story. And I think that's the part that people miss because sometimes a breakup is just not about losing the relationship itself. It's sometimes about reopening older feelings like loss or loneliness or embarrassment or a person's need to belong or the feeling that something you hoped for that was going to be safe and stable is gone. And then when it plays out in public, I think the humiliation can make it look even worse because y'all know how the internet is. It'll turn real pain into a punchline. And that public heartbreak is still heartbreak. And if somebody's already experienced major family loss, that kind of breakup can feel that same way or bring it up like when you lose a partner. It can feel like losing, that connection, that control, that routine, that feeling of home. And that doesn't mean that, we all know the whole situation of her private life. It just means that empathy should come before entertainment sometimes. And I think that's the mental health lesson here. So a lot of people are laughing at this public breakup, but these same people would be devastated if their own heartbreak was put on public display like this. So if you're going through heartbreak right now, I guess this is what I would say. Don't let this whole thing become your identity and don't let public embarrassment define your worth. And don't ignore the fact that sometimes heartbreak is grief in disguise. And so you need to treat it like that. And you don't need to just move on. Sometimes you actually need to go and heal. And that can mean taking a step back and be honest about where you were losing, leaning on people that you care about, and giving yourself permission to rebuild from scratch without shame. Um, because heartbreak is human, but healing is possible for you too. So happy Mental Health Monday. Hope this helps somebody. Peace.